Are you looking for a private investigator but don't know where to start looking or what even to look out for? Well, we've got the man with all the answers. We welcome back Michael Braw, the owner of Atlantis Private Investigations, kind of to chat about how we go about hiring a private investigator.
Well, it's good to be back here, Maddie.
We're so glad to have you back.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I mean, this is one of those things, you don't always think about it, but when you do need it, how do you go about doing it?
Yeah, the most frequent greeting I get from somebody who's calling my office is, I've never hired a private investigator before. And if you think about it, most people won't ever hire one. If you do hire a private investigator once, maybe twice in your lifetime, unless you're in the business like an attorney or so. So I think there's probably some questions and some guidance I could give anybody that was looking to do this.
Absolutely.
I think the first thing I would probably suggest is that you ask yourself what it is you need. Do you need to have surveillance? Do you want to have someone followed around? Do you need background information on a person?
Okay.
Do you want to have witnesses interviewed? And what kind of a case is it? Does it have, is it a family law case? Is it a criminal case? Is it something else? Get in your mind before you call what it is you want. And then the second thing I would suggest is thinking about what you want the investigator to give back to you. Do you want to have a report of an investigation? So if I'm doing a background on somebody, you probably just don't want me to do the background and call you up. You'd like to have a piece of paper that has the information on it.
Yeah.
If you're doing surveillance, you want to see good video. And I think it's okay to ask these questions of an investigator and have them show you samples. I give out redacted reports, confidential stuff taken out, so people can see it in advance what they're getting.
I love that. And normally, what type of situations are you getting hired for if someone's looking for a PI?
There's a lot of different things that we do. That's a tough question. And we don't necessarily take on every case that comes across. People talk about the experience, how much experience do you have, the number of years, and I don't think that that's really as important as what that experience has been. Most of us have been in the profession for a while. In order to get your license, you have to have 6,000 hours of training before you can get it, and you usually have done something before that. And most of the people in the business have either been law enforcement, federal agents, or in my case, a lawyer. So experience isn't really as important as what they've been doing. Everybody kind of has their niches that they work in.
Yeah.
I can tell you that, personally, I'm probably not the best firm to go to if you're a large municipality. If you have, hundreds of thousands or even thousands of employees, a small firm like mine wouldn't be best for that. And also think about what I've done in my past. I was a lawyer, so you think, okay, there's probably certain things that he'd be really good at in doing an investigation. Like if I had to get some information and turn it into admissible evidence, like in a family law case, that'd probably be a good fit.
Okay, and I love the transparency, knowing what exactly you guys are best at.
Yeah, I think it's important, and I also suggest, when you talk to a private investigator for the first time and you put forward these questions, you ask them about the things that they can do, what kind of work they've done in the past, what it looks like, is ask for a written estimate. We do that with all of our new clients when they come in, with some exceptions, but for the most part, 90% of the time, we'll write out a written estimate. You can see, this is what we're going to do, this is when we're going to do it, how long it's going to take, and what it's going to cost you.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
I love that, all written out right in front of you, so you know exactly what you're getting.
It's a big investment.
Absolutely.
And, I don't think it's right to walk into an office, sit down with somebody for 20 minutes, and then them tell you, okay, I need $2,500 or $5,000, without having some basis for it. And so that's why we do it.
That's awesome. And on top of that, nowadays, big deal when you see Yelp reviews or anything online. Is that something you should take into consideration?
I think it's very important. I know personally, if I'm going to buy something off of Amazon, the first place I go is to the review section.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily look at the positive reviews. I like to go to the negative reviews and see what people are complaining about, to see if there's a pattern of things. If you've been in the business long enough, no matter what it is, you're going to get negative reviews. You just can't get away from it. And so if you look at those reviews, see if there's a pattern. Is there a pattern of them not being responsive to problems? Is there a pattern of not producing what they promised? And I would also look at the responses that different investigators give to those negative reviews. I've had them. I've been around long enough that I've had negative reviews. And what you don't want to do, or what you want to look for in an investigator, is not an investigator who says, I am so angry that you did this, you need to go away, this is your fault, you're out of control, as compared to an investigator who says, how can we make it better?
Okay.
So I do think that you need to look at the reviews. I think it is an important part of hiring any company these days.
Yeah, and at least at the end of the day, you know when there's only just a few, usually you take that and make yourself better and fix that, and you know they're working on it.
Absolutely. We go through a lot of work to make sure that our reviews are positive. If we have problems, we take care of it. My father had told me when I was quite young that if you do something wrong, they will tell 10 people. If you do it right, they might tell 1 or 2.
That's so true. Well, if someone wanted to hire you guys, how would they go about doing that?
There's a lot of different ways to do it. The easiest is, of course, just to give us a phone call. Pick up the phone, press number 1. It'll be directed to either me or one of the other agents so we can talk to you. Or you can go online. You can go to our website, and you can contact us through the contact, or even through Google. We get on Google Places, on the maps, we have contact information. But calling is always the best place to start.
Where are you guys located?
We're in Fresno at 7171 North Millbrook Avenue, Suite 101. New facility. We absolutely love it there.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for teaching us, how to get a PI now.
Sure.
It's needed information. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you having me on again.
Always.